ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Welcome everyone. My obeisances to each one of you. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So we'll start off by reading the verses of the 8th chapter, 10th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam. Shri Shukha Uvacha Garga Purohito Rajan Yadunam Sumahatapah Vrajam Jagamanandasya Vasudeva Prachoditah Tam Drishtva Paramapritaha Pratyuthaya Kritanjalihi Anarchadhokshajadhiya Pranipata Purassaram Supavishtam Kritatithyam Girasu Nritaya Munim Nandayitva Bravit Brahman Purnasya Karavamakim महद्विचलनं नृणां गृहीणां दीनचेतसां निःश्रेयसाय भगवन् कल्पते नान्यथा क्वचित् ज्योतिषामयनं साक्षात् यत्तज्ज्ञानं मतीन्द्रियं प्रणीतं भवता येन पुमान् वेदपरावरं त्वं हि ब्रह्मविदां श्रेष्ठः संस्कारान् कर्तुमर्हसि बालयोरनयो नृणां जन्मना ब्राह्मणो गुरुः। श्रीगर्ग उवाच यदूनामहमाचार्यः ख्यातश्च भुवि सर्वदा सुतं मया संस्कृतं ते मन्यते देवकी सुतं कंसपापमति सख्यं तव चानकदुन्दुभेः देवक्या अष्टमो गर्भो न स्त्री भवितुमर्हति इति सञ्चिन्तयन् श्रुत्वा देवक्या दारिका वचः अपि हन्ता गता शङ्कस्तर्हि तन्नो नयो भवेत्। श्रीनंद उवाच अलक्षितोऽस्मिन् रहसि मामकैरपि गोव्रजे कुरु द्विजाति संस्कारं स्वस्ति वाचनपूर्वकं। श्रीशुक उवाच एवं सम्प्रार्थितो विप्रस्वचिकीर्षितमेव तत् चकार नामकरणं गूढो रहसि बालयोः। श्रीगर्गो उवाच अयं हि रोहिणीपुत्रो रमयन् सुहृदो गुणैः आख्यास्यते राम इति बलाधिक्यात् बलं विदुः यदूनाम् अपृथग्भावात् सङ्कर्षणमुशन्त्यपि आसन् वर्णास्त्रयो ह्यस्य गृह्णतो नुयुगं तनुः शुक्लो रक्तस्तथा पीत इदानीं कृष्णताङ्गतः प्रागयं वसुदेवस्य क्वचिज्जातस्तवात्मज वासुदेव इति श्रीमान् अभिज्ञासं प्रचक्षते बहुनी सन्ति नामानि रूपाणि च सुतस्य ते गुणकर्माणुरूपाणि तान्यहं वेद नो जनाः एष वः श्रेय आधास्यत् गोपगोकुलनन्दनः अनेन सर्वदुर्गाणि यूयम् अञ्जस्तरिष्यथ पुराणेन व्रजपते साधवो दस्युपीडिता अराजके रक्ष्यमाणा जिज्ञुदस्युन् समेधिता य एतस्मिन् महाभाग प्रीतिं कुर्वन्ति मानवा नारयोऽपि भवन्त्येतान् विष्णुपक्षानिवासुरा तस्मान्नन्दात्मजोऽयं ते नारायणसमो गुणैः श्रिया कीर्त्यानुभावेन गोपायस्व समाहिता। श्रीशुक उवाच इत्यात्मानं समादिश्य गर्गे च स्वगृहं गते नन्दप्रमुदितो मेने आत्मानं पूर्णमाशिषां हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे हरे। Welcome everyone. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 8, entitled Lord Krishna Shows the Universal Form. We studied up to text 11 yesterday. The context is Nanda Maharaj and Gargacharya are having conversation. And yesterday we saw how Gargacharya was giving his detailed analysis on what are the pitfalls or what are some possible problems that may come up if he becomes the guru and if he tries to name Krishna and Balaram. His points were, first of all, I am the priest, I am the teacher, Purohita, the guru of the Yadus in Mathura. So if I'm found here, then there could be some suspicion. Nanda Maharaj said, but how is that possible? This is not Mathura. People may not know you here. He said, no, my fame has spread over. my khyati or khyatascha bhuvi sarvada. People around, they know me. They know me as a very powerful spiritual teacher. And Gargacharya is not flaunting, but he's just honestly speaking the truth. So he said, if someone sees me here and they see the babies on my lap, Krishna and Balaram, and there's a whole festival that you make here with utsava and feasts and guests coming in and musical instruments, the word will spread. And then naturally, Kamsa will get to know. And he says, Manyate, Kamsa will get to know, or he will consider your son to be the son of Devaki. So when Nanda Maharaj is thinking, how is that going to happen? Where is Devaki Rani here in the picture? So Gargacharya details it out by saying, first of all, Kamsa is cruel intended. He has killed 6 children. Seventh was a miscarriage. Eighth is supposed to be the cause of death. That happened to be a girl child in the prison house who said, don't look for me. Your cause of death is already Kochit. He's born somewhere at some time. So he's already being taken care of somewhere else. And at the same time, Kamsa knows that there is friendship between Nanda and Vasudeva. We also learned yesterday how both of them are not just friends, but they're also brothers. So if Vasudeva's child is born somewhere else, and Nanda Maharaj, who's the best friend and also happens to be the brother, is celebrating a big festival of a child who's just appeared recently and who's been given name by the priest from Mathura, putting the pieces together. Kamsa, who is looking for an opportunity, who is evil intended, will be able to um, cause havoc, not just in the life of Vasudev Maharaj in Mathura, Nanda Maharaj in Vrindavan, Gargacharya the priest, even the children are under danger. So therefore, Gargacharya says we have to be very careful. Although he personally wants to do it, but Vasudev Maharaj had told Gargacharya, you please don't say to Nanda that this is my child. Nanda doesn't know that this is my child or Vasudev's child. You have to walk this path with lot of caution, O Gurudev. Gargacharya said, you don't worry. I will make it a point that things happen without raising any problems, without raising any red flags. Therefore, we also mentioned how Gargacharya in the starting part of this chapter has been described to be Muni. Muni means that sage who is extremely contemplative, he who thinks, extremely deep in philosophy. But at the same time, the word Muni means Mauna, he who practices silence. So Gargacharya has been planning. I want to serve God. I want to serve Krishna. At the same time, I want to facilitate the desire of Vasudev Maharaj. At the same time, I want to fulfill the desire of Nanda Maharaj. At the same time, I don't want to cause any difficulty. I want to do it confidentially. At the same time, I want to keep the relations between Vasudev and Nanda intact without letting Nanda know the reality. So a lot of secretive, confidential actions here by Gargacharya. He's really thinking through and doing his service very nicely. So he tells Nanda Maharaj, okay, I'm okay to do this, but we need to really keep it under wraps. We have to keep it quiet. And Nanda Maharaj in text 10, he says, Alakshitosmin rahasi mamakairapi govaraje. Mamakaihi. My four brothers won't know. My wife will not be invited. None of my friends will know. I have a big family. Nobody will be informed about this. So Gargacharya said, but if you do it in your house, people are walking, servants are there. He said, don't worry, we will do it in a secretive place. We will do it in the cowshed. Gargacharya said, but what about the cows? They all love Krishna. So they will start circling around. They will lick Krishna. They will start moving. The cows love Gopal so much. So Gargacharya, when he says this, then Nanda Maharaj says, you don't worry. We will do it at a time when the cows are out grazing. And that too, we will do it in the deepest part of the cowshed. Not on the outside, but we will take Krishna, Balaram, and both of us, we will go deep into the cowshed. So nobody will get to know. And you will not tell anyone, O Garga. I will keep quiet. These two babies are too young to say anything. They don't even understand what's going to happen to them. They will just sit on their father's lap, or they'll just sit on Garga's lap, and some tilak is being put to them, and some blessings and some mantras in their ear, and um, moving some paraphernalia around them, praying for them, removing all inauspiciousness. And the two babies are just going to look at each other and smile, and they will not understand. And even if they understand, by the time they grow up enough to speak it to others, they will not remember because they're babies. So alakshitosmin rahasi, in an indirect way, in a hidden place, mamakairapi govraje, in my cowshed, without my family, kuru dvijati samskaram. O Gargacharya, you just do the main ceremony. So Nanda Maharaj basically wants to know two things. One, protect Krishna and Balaram with a name and remove all inauspiciousness. And second, read their astrological chart. Tell me who they were in their past, because knowing the past is important. If we know a person's past lives, then those samskars, those impressions, they carry forward even in this life. At the same time, Nanda Maharaj, through that astrological reading, he wants to know the future qualities of the children so that he can help Krishna and Balaram overcome if there's any negativity in their chart, any qualities. And at the same time, if they have some good qualities, lots of good qualities, but if they have good qualities, then Nanda Maharaj, as the father, can help his children, Krishna and Balaram, to become better persons. So, this kind of astrological reading is typically in Vedic culture done after the child is born. You find even in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, Shachi Mata's father, we find Nilambar Chakravarti. He was a great astrologer, and Sri Nilambara Chakravarti, the father of Shachi Mata, and Shachi Mata is the mother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's grandfather, maternal grandfather, he was the astrologer, and he read the chart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will take sannyas at the age of 24. But he didn't say that. He kept quiet because that will make the whole family sad, that he will give up family life and he will take sannyas. But a lot of positive predictions were made about Sriman Mahaprabhu's astrological positioning. Astrological positioning of Sriman Mahaprabhu, this chart has been calculated brilliantly by Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur in Chaitanya Bhagavat. Chaitanya Bhagavat, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur talks about how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in Simha Lagna. The ascendant in the first house was Leo, like a lion. And at the same time, he talks about how the moon is conjunct with Ketu, and so many beautiful things. How his Jupiter is placed, how his Venus is placed. And so much could be said about Sriman Mahaprabhu's beauty, about his unparalleled wisdom, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's renunciation, his devotion, how his mind will be completely absorbed. Moon and Ketu coming together, quite a serious combination. Moon is mind, and Ketu is quite a spiritual planet. And anyway, so much can be said. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's chart the positioning has been described by Vrindavan Das Thakur in Chaitanya Bhagavat, which Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur in his Gaudiya Bhashya commentary to Chaitanya Bhagavat, he also elaborates. Because Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada himself was an expert astrologer, very great astrologer. So interestingly, Sri Nilambar Chakravarti is an incarnation of Gargacharya. So the same Gargacharya who read the chart for Krishna reads the chart for Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He who read in Dwapar Yuga for Krishna reads for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Kali Yuga. Sri Nilambara Putrikatmatanayam Bhakta Priyam Sundaram Sarvajnana Visharadam Shrutidaram Vishnu Priyesham Prabhu Radha Varana Vibhushitam Yativaram Gambhira Bhavanvitam Sri Gauranga Kripa Nidhim Cha Satatam Prema Pradam Tam Bhaje. Sriman Mahaprabhu is Sri Nilambara Putrikatmatanayam. He is the son of the daughter of Nilambar Chakravarti. And Bhakta Priyam, as soon as he was born, Bhakta Priyam, by his beauty, by his sweetness, he became very dear to the devotees. And Sundaram, extremely beauty, Sri Chaitanya, extremely beautiful, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Can you imagine the beauty of Krishna and the beauty of Sri Radharani in one? The face of Krishna and the face of Sri Radha as one, the eyes of Sri Krishna and the eyes of Sri Radha coming together, the beauty coming together. That is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Bhakta Priyam Sundaram, extremely beautiful. And Sarvajnana Visharadam, he was Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he came in this world, he displayed unparalleled scholastic ability, defeated Keshav Kashmiri, later defeated Prakashananda Saraswati, defeated Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, so many great scholars. 60,000 sannyasis surrendered to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What do we say to that? 60,000. Sarvajnana Visharadam, the whole encyclopedia of knowledge. And Shruti Dharam, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had this quality that he could remember anything just by hearing it once. Keshav Kashmiri went on with his own compositions for hours, glorifying the Ganga. And at the end of it all, when he was tired, he paused. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Can you explain that verse?" And Keshav Kashmiri said, "Which verse?" And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who heard the verse just once, remembered one verse out of a whole recitation, which was like the flow of the Ganga. In the Ganga, there are so many waves. So in Keshav Kashmiri's narration and recitation, there were so many waves of verses. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu picked one of those verses just by hearing it once, remembered the whole verse, and chanted it back to Keshav Kashmiri and said, "Can you explain this verse?" Quite phenomenal. And Vishnu Priyesham Prabhum, he accepted Vishnu Priya Devi as his wife, and in the Mahaprakash Leela displayed to the whole world how he is not just any Prabhu of this world, like how we would call another devotee. He's actually Mahaprabhu. And Radha Varna Vibhushitam. He has the mood of Sri Radharani and the complexion of Sri Radharani. Radha Varna Vibhushitam Yativaram, he took sannyas, and Gambhira Bhavanvitam, held extremely deep gravity of devotional, philosophical, rasic pursuits. As Krishna, he, in the mood of Sri Radharani, he was chasing Krishna. Quite interesting. Krishna, in the mood of Sri Radharani, was chasing Krishna himself, in the complexion and the mood and devotion of Sri Radharani. Also, the room that he lived in Kashi Mishra Bhavan, was called the Gambhira. Gambhira in Sanskrit means that which is extremely deep, extremely grave, extremely confidential. And Sri Gauranga Kripanidhim cha satatam, he who attained that great height of devotion. Of course, he is Radharani, so he didn't attain it, he always has it. But in this world, showed us how sadhakas proceed. And right from childhood, he performs sadhana in the form of chanting, japa, and kirtan, and associated with so many Vaishnavas, read Srimad Bhagavatam. And whatever Krishna Prem Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally tasted, as the greatest source of mercy, he distributed that to everyone without any sadhana. He didn't say to everyone, "Okay, you perform sadhana, then you will get it." He was freely distributing love for Krishna far and wide. Prema Pradham Tam Bhaje. To that Sriman Mahaprabhu, we offer our obeisances. So, Nilambar Chakravarti read all this in the chart when Sriman Mahaprabhu appeared. And that same Nilambar Chakravarti is Gargacharya, who is about to do the Kuru Dvijati Samskaram Swasti Vachana Purvakam, the name giving ceremony for Krishna and Balaram. So in text 11, Evam Samprarthito Vipraha, Gargacharya was begged by Nanda Maharaj. Gargacharya Swa Chikirshitam, he himself came to do that, but he wanted to increase Nanda Maharaj's curiosity and enthusiasm. So he was acting as if he's going to reject the proposal or the offer by saying, "No, I think it will not be proper. I think I'm not the guru. I think being from Mathura, this may be little problematic, etc." But then Nanda Maharaj, he begged, Samprarthitaha. Gargacharya agreed, and Chakara Namakaranam Gudo Rahasi Balayoho. In a hidden place, at the proper time, in a private setting, in an indirect way, very quickly, Garga agreed, okay, I will do the name giving ceremony. Sri Harisuriji comments in this regard that it is quite appropriate that in this world, when mantras are given by Sri Guru, then the mantras are given in the ear very confidentially. So, of all the mantras, the name of Krishna is the greatest mantra, the greatest Maha Mantra. So, therefore, it is appropriate that it must be given in private, in confidentiality. Therefore, the most Gudo Rahasi Balayoho, the names of the Lord were privately given because they are the source of all mantras. And mantras are not to be chanted aloud, mantras are to be chanted privately. So, Gargacharya was chanting the greatest mantra privately. Okay, we'll see now what the names blessed by Garga appear in this and how they appear in this world. Text 12. Ayam hi Rohini putro Ramayan Surido Gunai. Akhyāsyate Rama iti baladikyam balam vidu yadunam apratak bhavat sankarshanam ushantyapi. So now Krishna and Balaram are placed one after another in the lap of Gargacharya. Gargacharya is first taking Balaram and he keeps Balaram on his lap and he's observing this baby. This baby is little over 100 days old. So this baby Balaram, in the complexion of a white spring cloud, is very happily and lovingly looking at Gargacharya, like a grandchild sits in the lap of the grandfather. And Gargacharya looks at Balaram. And yesterday we were seeing how Gargacharya was in the thought process, should I offer obeisances and touch their lotus feet? If I do that, people will think I'm crazy. Why is he touching the lotus feet of a child? At the same time, if I take these two babies and embrace them to my chest, then people will think, what kind of a guru and sannyasi and spiritual leader are you? You moving by householder emotions of attachment to family. So, what should I do? Should I embrace these babies and be considered restless? Or should I offer my obeisances and be considered crazy? In this predicament, Gargacharya doesn't know what to do. Sri Kavi Karnapur has given many interpretations in this regard. When Krishna and Balaram are placed one after another, Gargacharya thinks, oh, is this the source of all the oceans of joy? Oh, is this the first flower sprout on the tree of my good fortune? Oh, are these two like the sun and the moon appearing from behind the mountain of my good fortune? Oh, is this the most ripened fruit of the tree of Vedic wisdom? Gargacharya thinks, should I look at them like um, the black mascara on my eyes? Should I smell their forms like the fragrance of camphor in someone's palms? Should I kiss them like how a mother and a father would seeing their newborn child? Should I embrace them and feel the sandalwood pulp on the body of someone who's been perspiring, crawling through the desert of this world? So Gargacharya is having all of these wave-like thoughts and then keeping Balaram on his lap, looking at Balaram, smiling at Balaram. Balaram is looking, and this is quite interesting because Balaram is the root of Guru Tattva. He's the greatest Guru. Balaram is the Adi Guru. He's the Jagat Guru. Krishna and Balaram are gurus. Jaladhar Shashivaranau Gopavesho Kishoro Sahachara Gana Vrindaihi Kridamano Vrajesho Natavara Jita Vesho Neela Pitambaradhyo Jagata Janana Heto Ramakrishna Natosmi. It has been described that Krishna and Balaram, they can be compared to Krishna can be compared to a rain-filled monsoon, bluish black cloud, full of rasa, full of rain of joy. And Balaram can be compared to the white spring cloud. So Krishna, the monsoon black cloud, Balaram, the white spring cloud. And they're both Jaladhara Shashi Varnau Gopavesho Kishoro. They are young boys in Vrindavan. And Natavara Jita Vesho, as their boys running around in Vrindavan, they are dressed as the best among dancers. Neela Pitambaradhyo, and they are not able to hide their emotions. Balaram in his heart is always thinking of Krishna, and what is in the heart will never be a secret. It will spill out someday. So Balaram in his heart is always thinking of the blue complexioned Krishna, and that spills out as his blue dhoti. So Balaram is having a blue colored dhoti, outer cloth. And Krishna in his heart is always remembering Srimati Radharani's golden form. So that golden complexion spills out in the form of the yellow dhoti. And both these two brothers, Jagata Janana, are the fathers of the whole world. Rama, Krishna, Natausmi. Their names are Rama and Krishna. So when you say Ram and Sham, typically it refers to Ram is Balaram and Sham is Krishna. Or Ram and Sham can also refer to Ram avatar and Krishna avatar also, depending on the context. So these two beautiful babies, one after another, are placed. And when Balaram is placed, Gargacharya is looking and he looks at Nanda and he says, Ayam hi Rohini Putro. This child, to start with, is the son of Rohini. This is Rohini's son. So he's not just saying it, he's giving names. So Rohini Kumar, Rohini Nandan, Rohini Putra, uh, all of these are names given by Gargacharya. And why is he called Ram? Because Ramayan Surido Gunaihi Akhya Sate Ram iti. He will be called Ram. So first name is Rohini Putra, son of Rohini, or Rohini Kumar, or Rohini Nandan, Rohini Sutta, all of these names. Jaya Rama Ghat Jaya Rohini Nandan. So these names are given by Gargacharya. This is the first name. Second name is Ram. Why is Balaram called Ram? Ramayan Surido Gunaihi. Because he will please his devotees, his family, with his very sweet qualities. Compared to Krishna, Balaram is less frivolous. He doesn't practice so much frivolity. Krishna is more naughty, but Balaram he takes the role of the older brother, and he smiles very sweetly, and he's very obedient. He does things meticulously. Krishna's exact opposite. His glances are crooked, his smiling is crooked, his standing is crooked, his words are crooked, his actions are crooked. Very, very naughty, very disobedient. He goes, steals around butter and speaks lies and puts the blame on someone else. The source of all mischief. So Gargacharya says, Ramayan Surito Gunaihi. Because this child will give joy to everyone through his qualities, he will be called Ram. And Baladikyat Balam Vidu, he will also be called Bala because of his extreme strength. So we generally, in our life, we say Balaram. These are two names, Bala and Rama. Just by saying Rama, it refers to Balaram. Just by saying Bala, it refers to Balaram. And when we say Balarama, it is the combination of both these names given by Gargacharya. Sri Hari Suriji in his Bhakti Rasayanam, he, especially in the section of Dhenukasura's departure, the deliverance of the donkey demon, Dhenukasur, he explains that Dhenukasur charged towards Krishna and Balaram. And Krishna looks at Balaram and says, You take over. He's there for you. Although Krishna can kill Dhenukasur, he wants Balaram to kill Dhenukasur, and for a specific reason, because in Ram Avatar, Ram killed Khara and Dushana. Sangrama Jita Khara Dushanam. This has been explained that Krishna, Sri Ramachandra, he killed the demons Khara and Dushana. So Khara is a demon who, of course, 14,000 Rakshasas were killed by Sri Ram, and a whole mountain of skeletons were piled up just by the arrows, the fighting Kshatriya spirit of Sri Ramachandra in Ramayana. So Khara was a demon. But in Sanskrit, the word Khara also means a donkey. So Krishna looks at Balaram, according to Sri Hari Suriji in his commentary. And Krishna looks at Balaram and says, there's a donkey. And in Sanskrit, donkey is called Khara. Krishna looked at Balaram and said, it is tradition that Khara must be killed by Ram. Therefore, O Ram, you kill this Khara, kill this donkey. So in the killing of Dhenukasur, Balaram as Ram kills Khara, just like Ramachandra killed Khara. So that is Ram. Of course, when you say Rama in the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it can refer to Parashuram, it can refer to Sitaram, it can refer to Balaram. But ultimately, in the Gaudiya Vaishnava sense, that Rama refers to Radharamana, Krishna, who is very attractive. The word Rama, Ramante Yogino Nante Satyananda Chidatmani, iti Rama Padenaso Parabrahma Vidhiyate. The word Rama refers to he who gives extreme joy, he who charms and attracts the heart of everyone. So for a Rama Bhakta, the word Rama and the word Krishna both refer to Ram. And for a Krishna Bhakta, the name Krishna and the name Ram both refer to Krishna. Because the word Rama means someone who charms, and the word Krishna refers to someone who attracts and gives joy. So both can be used as adjectives for each other. So if someone is a Rama Bhakta, the word Krishna can be referred to Ram because he will find his Ishtadev, Sitaram, to be most attractive. Like Hanuman, for example. Sri Nathe Janaki Nathe Abheda Paramatmani Tathapi Mama Sarvasva Ramo Rajiva Lochana. Hanuman, even when he sees the deity of Krishna, he offers obeisances, but he surrenders his heart only to Sri Ramachandra. So when he sees Sri Ram, he finds him to be Krishna, all attractive. But when a Krishna Bhakta serves Krishna, he finds that Krishna to be Ram, all charming. So in this way, Yad Rama Krishna Charana Sparasha Pramodaha, in the explanation to Govardhan. Remember in the 18th verse of Venugit, in that section, Hantaya Madri Rabala verse, which describes the glory of Govardhan. There the gopis say, Govardhan is so special because Rama Krishna keep their lotus feet on Govardhan. So that could refer to Rama as Balaram in this context because Balaram is called Ram. So it could refer to Balaram and Krishna placing their lotus feet at Govardhan. Or that Rama could be used as an adjective for Krishna. That our all charming, all attractive Lord, Krishna, who is also Ram, who's very attractive, keeps his lotus feet at Govardhan. So in this way, wonderful Srimad Bhagavatam words explain with so many facets of meaning. So Akyasyate Rama iti baladikyad balam vidu. He will be called, or he is called Rama because of his attractive nature, and Bala because Bala adhikyam, more strength. And it is a fact, in childhood, Mother Yashoda, Mother Rohini, they would train Krishna and Balaram with some principles of hospitality. If some guests come home, how you should, and if they're coming to honor prasadam, how you should bring them a plate, how you should bring them some spoon and some cup and some sitting place. So Krishna and Balaram were trained by their mothers. And it's quite interesting. Balaram, he would be told by Rohini Devi, can you go and bring that plate? And he would go and he would exactly know where the plate is. He would pick the plate and come and place it. And even heavy pots, he would be able to pick it up with one hand. So Baladikyam. Balaram was so powerful. But Krishna, on the other hand, he would go there, he would just touch the plate and come back. He would tell Mother Yashoda, you're giving me too much work. You want me to bring a plate, but it's too heavy. I will just go touch the plate and come back. We will see these pastimes very soon. And Yadunam apratak bhavat sankarshanam ushantyapi. The third name that Gargacharya pronounces is Yadunam apratak bhavat. Sankarshanam. Sankarshanam is the third name, Sankarshan. So Krishna is called, or Balaram is called Sankarshan for the specific meaning of Akarshanam. Akarshanam means attraction. He attracted himself from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. This everyone is aware of as the seventh child. So Balaram entered the womb of Devaki, and from the womb of Devaki, he attracted himself to the womb of Rohini. And this is why he's called Sankarshan, because he attracted himself from one womb to another. But Gargacharya cannot say that. He cannot tell that to Nanda Maharaj. He cannot tell how Balaram appeared in the womb of Devaki and he cleaned the womb because six babies appeared before and they were the incarnations of the six anarthas. So the womb of Devaki had to be cleansed before God, Sri Krishna appears. Therefore, Balaram entered the womb of Devaki, cleaned the place, put the asan as Sri Guru, and then the eighth child, Sri Krishna, appeared into the womb of Devaki. So this is all mystery for Nanda Maharaj. And Nanda Maharaj is a very simple-hearted cowherd man. He's in the king of the cowherd community. So if you tell him too many details like this, he first of all, he will not believe it. And secondly, it's too much for him, too much information that a baby entered one mother's womb and transferred himself from that womb to another mother's womb. And the Maharaj is very innocent. So look how Gargacharya is speaking in a very cryptic manner. He uses the word api. Api means also. So now, interestingly, what he's trying to say, the direct meaning that Gargacharya is giving for the word Sankarshan is, O Nanda, you and Vasudev are two lines in the same dynasty. We explained how Raja Devamida had two lines, the Kshatriya line and the Vaishya line. And from the Kshatriya line came Vasudev Maharaj, and from the Vaishya line came Nanda Maharaj. So it's like two lines in the same family. So Gargacharya is saying, Yadunam apratak bhavat. This child, Balaram, he will keep the two ends of the family together. He will attract the two fathers and keep the family intact. Certainly true, because Balaram is actually the son of Vasudev and Rohini. Vasudev Maharaj had queens. One is Devaki, the other is Rohini. So Vasudev is the father, Rohini is the mother. So Balaram, because he appeared as he has Vasudev as his father, but at the same time lived with Nanda and Yashoda. So he's keeping the two fathers together. He's keeping the two lines of the family together. Therefore, he is called Sankarshan. But look how Gargacharya is saying. He uses the word api. Api means also. When do you say also? When there are more than one explanation to something. Like if I say he also was present there, that means there was someone else also there. And therefore, that also means you're adding something. So by saying Sankarshanam Ushanti Api, he is called Sankarshan also for the fact that he will keep the families together. That means there's another meaning to the word Sankarshan, which is the transfer in the womb from Devaki to Rohini. And he's not explaining that. Gargacharya is not explaining that because that will be overwhelming for Nanda Maharaj. And Vasudev wants things to be kept secret about Krishna and Balaram. So Gargacharya, being the greatest grammatical scholar, he is using the word api in a strategic place. Nanda Maharaj is thinking, Gargacharya is saying, Balaram will be called Bala, Rama, and also Sankarshan. But Gargacharya is actually saying, Balaram will be called Bala, Rama, and he is called Sankarshan also for the fact that he will keep the family together. You see how the word also has been used, api, in the verse? Nanda Maharaj is taking it as he will be called Rama, Bala, and also Sankarshan. That is Nanda Maharaj's explanation. But Gargacharya is not mentioning that. He's saying this child will be called Bala, Rama, and he will be called Sankarshan also for the fact that he will keep families together, which means the word also is used for the sense that he is called Sankarshan mainly because he transferred himself from one womb to another. And that is a secret. He's also called Sankarshan because he'll keep families together. So in this way, Balaram was named. Srila Sanatana Goswami writes that when you have, this is Srila Sanatana Goswami's explanation, that when you have two things to do, a tougher task and an easier task, most of the times we'll end up doing the easy task first, right? So Gargacharya, he does the easy task of naming Balaram first. Why is Balaram named first? Because it's easier to talk about him than to talk about Krishna. And second thing, because Balaram is the older brother, so out of etiquette, it's good that he gets his name first. So after Balaram was given the name, now Krishna gets his name. आसन वर्णास्त्रयो यस्य गृह्णतो नु युगम तनु शुक्लो रक्तस्तथा पीत इदानीं कृष्णतां गतः. Srila Prabhupada's translation. Your son Krishna appears as an incarnation in every millennium. In the past, he assumed three different colors, white, red, and yellow, and now he has appeared in a blackish color. In another Dwapar Yuga, he appeared as Lord Ramachandra in the color of Shuka, a parrot. All such incarnations have now assembled in Krishna. Srila Prabhupada writes some brilliant points in the purport. I will come to that in a bit. Gargacharya now starts naming Krishna and saying, he says, Asan Varnaha Trayo Yasya. He says that this child is quite astonishing in contrast to the previous child, because the previous child maintains his complexion. In all incarnations, whether it is Lakshmana or whether it is Balaram or whether it is Nityananda Prabhu, he is white as a spring cloud and he's white as a spotless moon. So that is Balaram. Gargacharya is smiling and saying, this child is Rang Badlu, which means he keeps changing his color quite often, which could mean literally changes his color or he changes his opinion. Like, for example, sometimes he's a king as Ram, and sometimes he's a Brahmana as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and sometimes he's a Vaishya as Krishna. So he is changing his Varna. Varna means color, Varna also means social status. So he keeps changing his status. He's a different Varna every time. Or he's a different color every time. Or he has different moods every time. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, just like we find in the prism experiment. Remember when you have light go through a prism and then you can split that into 7 colors of violet and indigo and blue and green and yellow and orange and red. We did that in our science experiment. Prabhupada uses that here by saying God is so wonderful, as that white sunlight, he has all colors in him. And Gargacharya is saying this child comes in a different color every incarnation. In Satyuga Shukla, you can see sometimes he comes as Vaman Dev in a white complexion. Sometimes he comes as Rakta Varaha. He comes in a reddish Varaha incarnation. And this time he comes in a dark complexion of Krishna. And in Kali Yuga, he comes as the golden complexion Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So these 4 colors, Shukla, Rakta, Tatha, Pita, Idanim Krishnatam Gata. So 4 colors have been described. Shukla means white, Rakta means red, Pita means yellow or golden, and Krishnata, which Krishna is dark complexion. So this means these are the 4 colors of the 4 Yuga avatars. In Satyuga, the Lord appears in white color. In Treta Yuga, he appears in a reddish color. Of course, Sri Ramachandra is described as the color of durva grass or green, sometimes described in the color of a parrot, green. Sometimes Ramachandra is also described as the color of the neck of a peacock. Quite beautiful, quite beautiful. In the color of the neck of the peacock. So that's also described. But in Treta Yuga, the Yuga avatar who comes to destroy and protect, he comes in a reddish incarnation, not to be confused with Sri Ramachandra. So Shukla is the white color in Satyuga, Rakta is the red color Yuga avatar in Treta, and now you have 2 Yugas and 2 colors. Idani means now. So Gargacharya is in Dwapar Yuga, so he says now he is in a Krishna complexion, which means a dark complexion. So in Satya, he comes in a white complexion. In Treta Yuga, he comes in a red complexion. In Dwapar Yuga, he comes in a bluish black complexion, dark complexion. So 1 Yuga and 1 color left. 1 Yuga that is left is Kali Yuga, and one color that's left is golden. So Gargacharya here is predicting Gaura avatar. And this can be confirmed by the um, words of Prahlad Maharaj, where Prahlad Maharaj in his prayers, he tells Narasimhadev, my dear Lord, Channa Kalau Yadabhavas Triyugota Sattvam. That dear Narasimhadev, Prahlad Maharaj prays in his prayers in the Bhagavatam, dear Narasimhadev, you are called Triyugi, which means you appear as God in three yugas, Satya, Treta, and Dwapar. Which means in one yuga, you don't come as a you don't come as God. In Satya, Treta, and Dwapar, you come as God. Therefore, you're called Three Yugi, he who appears in three yugas as God. Which means in one yuga of Kali Yuga, you don't come as God, which means you come as a devotee. And Channa, you hide yourself. This is the prediction of Prahlad Maharaj in Satya Yuga. So Prahlad is telling Narasimha, oh Narasimha, you come as God in three yugas and you come as a hidden incarnation in Kali. Channa Kalau is the word in the Bhagavatam. So in Kali Yuga, you come hiding yourself as a devotee. And here Gargacharya says Pita in a golden complexion. The Vishnu Sahasranam takes it further by saying Suvarna Varna Hemango, Varangas Chandanangadi, Sannyasa Kṛṣṇa Shanti, Nishtha Shanti Parayana. That is Bhishma Dev. So all of them are offering their flower petals of offering at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gargacharya is saying, this child will come in a golden complexion in Kali Yuga. Prahlad Maharaj is telling Narasimhadev, you come as a devotee in Kali Yuga. And in Vishnu Sahasranam, it's described, Suvarna Varna Hemangaha. The Lord comes in a blazing, radiant, golden, effulgent form, and Varanga Chandanangadi, with exquisite beauty and sandalwood paste smeared all over the body. And Sannyasa Krit, he will take sannyas. And Shanta, he is very peaceful. And Nishtha Shanti Parayana, he will preach the path of Yuga Dharma, of eternal peace. So that all refers to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then in the 11th canto Bhagavatam, chapter 5, text 32, Maharaj Nimi is hearing from Karabhajan Rishi. So this is the fourth Praman now. The first comes from Gargacharya, that in Kali Yuga the Lord will appear golden. The second comes from Prahlad Maharaj, where he tells Narasimhadev, in Kali Yuga you will appear as a devotee. Third comes from Vishnu Sahasranam, where Bhishma Dev says, you come as a devotee taking sannyas with golden complexion, with chandan all over your body, very peaceful, and chanting your own names. And the fourth comes from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 5, text 32, 33, 34, where Karabhajana Muni, the great sage, speaks to Nimi Maharaj. And he says, Kṛṣṇa Varnam Tvisha Kṛṣṇa. Just one phrase we will take for now. That Kṛṣṇa Varna, that God will come, Kṛṣṇa Varna, Tvisha Kṛṣṇam. The Lord who is dark complexioned will come, Tvisha, with effulgence of his body, Kṛṣṇam, not dark. Not dark means it could be red, it could be gold, it could be white, it could be purple. It's all not dark. But here Gargacharya says golden, Pita. So the Bhagavatam says the dark complexioned Lord Kṛṣṇa Varna will come in Tvisha with his external color, Kṛṣṇa, not dark, and Garga says not dark means golden. So Bhagavatam, Vishnu Sahasranam, Prahlad Maharaj, Gargacharya, they're all predicting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. And why am I saying all that? Because that one word Pita is being elaborated upon. So Gargacharya, when he looks at Kṛṣṇa, he's seeing Kṛṣṇa, he's seeing Ramachandra, he's seeing Varahadev, he's seeing Vamandev, he's seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this has also been explained by the Acharyas as Kṛṣṇata. Kṛṣṇata means the position of being the source of all incarnations. Kṛṣṇa has many meanings. One is dark complexion. But the word Kṛṣṇata means the state of being the source of all incarnations. So when Gargacharya is looking at the baby, he's understanding, oh, this is not just dark, external dark Kṛṣṇa, but this is Kṛṣṇata. He is that source. He's not an incarnation. He's the source of all incarnations. So asan varnas trayo yasya. This child who appears in every yuga, the word is anuyugam. Anuyugam means every yuga. Sambhavami yuge yuge. So Bhagavad Gita is also there in this verse. When Krishna says, Sambhavami yuge yuge, I come every yuga, I come every millennium, that is given here, Grinhato nu yugam tanu. He comes, this child will come in every yuga. At the same time, the word anuyugam means he takes a form according to the yuga. Which means if he has to jump into ocean and find or search Mother Earth, then he takes the form of a boar, a wild pig, and he has tusk which he uses to uplift Mother Earth. So Anuyugam can mean every yuga, or it can mean he takes forms according to the need of the hour. Depending on the yuga, what has to be achieved, he takes forms. When you say Grunnato takes forms, doesn't mean he takes forms. Those are all eternal forms. He just picks which one to come in. Like that. So asan varna trayo yasya Grunnato nu yugam tanu. This child appears in different colors, in different yugas, in different forms, and Idanim Krishna Tamgata. All those incarnations have come in this one child as the source. When Nanda Maharaj is listening all this, it's all filtered through the lens of a father's love. What is he hearing? Yeah, well, we all take different transmigrations, right? Different reincarnations. And sometimes we are born as an animal, sometimes we are born as a human, sometimes we are born as a demigod. And in different human beings also, depending on where we are born, we have different pigments of skin color. So when Gargacharya says, oh, he's appeared in different colors, Nanda Maharaj is thinking, oh, okay, my child has come far distance, long time he's been transmigrating. And this time, Krishna Tangata, now he has appeared in a dark complexion. Srila Prabhupada quotes very beautifully in the purport that Avatara yasankyeya hare sattva nidhe dvija yatha vidasinah kulya sarasah syu sahasrashaha. The avatars incessantly appear like incessantly flowing waters. No one can count how many waves there are in flowing water, and similarly, there is no limitation to the avatars. So, Gargacharya is calling Krishna as the source of all incarnation. The word Krishna has many beautiful meanings. First explanation, Krushi Bhuvachako Shabda, Nascha Nirvritti Vachaka, Tayoraikyam Parabrahma Krishna Ityabhidhiyate. In the Udyoga Parva of Mahabharata, this has been quoted by Bhagwan Vyasadeva, that the word Krishna has two syllables, Krish and Na. Krishi is Bhuvachaka, Bhu Sattayam. Bhu means existence, eternal existence. So when the word Bhu is said in Sanskrit, it means existence. So the word Krish refers to Bhu or existence. So when you say Krish, it refers to that person who eternally exists. God, source of everything. He who is the Lord, who is the source of all opulence, the greatest, is called Krish. And Rana means joy, Ananda. So Krish can be referred to as the Lord of greatness, and Na, the Lord of sweetness. And when they both combine, then it is Krishna, the source of everything. In this world, babies are sweet, but they're not great. They're not the greatest. And incarnations generally, they are the greatest, not necessarily the sweetest. But Krishna avatar is so amazing that the greatest and the sweetest in one form. So this is the meaning of the word Krishna. In Skanda Puran, it has been described that Namnam Mukhyataram Nama Krishnakhyam Me Parantapa. Krishna tells Arjun, of all my names, Krishna Akhyam, this name of Krishna, Namnam Mukhyataram, the most dearest name to my heart, the highest, the most glorious name that I have. Krishna is saying in Skanda Puran, of all my names, Namnam Mukhyataram Nama Krishnakhyam Me Parantapa. O Arjun, of all my names, the name Krishna is the topmost. Also, we find in Skanda Puran where it is mentioned that Madhura Madhura Metan Mangalam Mangalanam Sakala Nigama Valli Satpalam Chit Swarupam. This has been quoted in Laghu Bhagavatamrita of Sri Rupa Goswami, and in the commentary by Srila Jiva Goswami to this verse. Jiva Goswami has explained this verse brilliantly, so that explanation can also be read. The Skanda Puran explains that on the Madhura Madhura Metan Mangalam Mangalanam Sakala Nigama Valli Satphalam Chit Swarupam. If if the Vedas are considered to be trees, then the name Kṛṣṇa is the most juiciest, ripened, sweetest fruit on that tree. The name Kṛṣṇa. Therefore, Rupa Goswami Pad says, I don't know how much nectar is there on these two syllables, Kṛṣṇa. And this name, quite interestingly, exists all the time, in all yugas. In Satya Yuga also Krishna Nam was chanted. In Treta Yuga also Krishna Nam was chanted. In Dwapar Yuga also Krishna Nam was chanted. And in Kali Yuga Krishna Nam is chanted. Even before Krishna appeared in Dwapar Yuga, his name was chanted. Ambarish Maharaj has been glorified as Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vindayo in the 9th canto. That Ambarish Maharaj in Satya Yuga, Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vindayo. His mind was always thinking of Krishna. So it's quite interesting. Even before the sun rises, Srila Prabhupada explains, even before the sun rises, the sun exists. Even after the sun sets, the sun exists. So Krishna, the sun, appears in Dwapar Yuga and sets in Dwapar Yuga, but that sun, his form, his qualities, his name always exist. So just like the sun rises from behind the mountains, Gargacharya is the mountain. He is as grave, as tall, as glorious as a mountain peak. And from his lotus mouth, the sun rays of three names for Balaram, Rama, Bala, and Sankarshan appeared. And the first name for the Lord that has appeared for Sri Krishna is Krishna. Idanim Krishna Tangata. So that name exists, but Gargacharya was used as an instrument to manifest that name. Gargacharya, tomorrow we will continue. He also names Krishna further from text 14. Tomorrow we will complete Gargacharya's name giving from text 14 to 20, and then childhood pastimes of Krishna and Balaram, their crawling and their butter stealing pastimes will begin. Also, as far as chanting the verses are concerned, from tomorrow onwards, we will chant up to verse 31. We generally chant till 20 up till today. From tomorrow onwards, for the next 10-15 days, we will read up to verse 31. So if devotees want to practice that at home during other times in the day, feel free to do so. We will pause here. So much more nectar in this chapter, so many beautiful commentaries of our acharyas, all to come in the service of all of you. Vancha kalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.